Right, Uncle John, welcome to the stream. We are now live, our voices are live, and welcome to the four chaps on the stream waiting. Um, wasn't a long planned idea to do a stream, but I'm glad we did do something, go into action. So I'm just going to do a short flight from Gatwick to Newcastle just to check out this new build. This is 12A, and we're going to check what it does for us.
Thank you.
Hey, Jono. As far as I know for this flight, I'm actually on Vulkan. I started streaming Vulkan about 3 or 4 streams ago. We did some tests. I did quite a few offline flights, with that I didn't stream to check it out. I used various aircraft, the Zibo, the TBM, the SR-22, things like that, to test it. And I've flown in the US and in Europe now with it, and it's stable, believe it or not. I'll use my safe flight situations, just in case. But other than that, it seems to be okay for me now. Uncle John still can't use it, so it's not. I don't think it's a blanket fix for everybody, but for my system, the last explain update did it. It fixed
The
it.
only, the only reason I can't use it, I can use it, there's nothing wrong with it, except that my frame rates, I get a loss rather than a gain.
Yes, and that's pointless. So yeah. Jono, the big trick, the biggest trick of Vulkan is you need to realize as a user of the system that your add-ons are not always Vulkan compatible. It creates a problem with Vulkan. If you fly a vanilla X-plane with no add-ons, you won't have a problem. But it's when you start adding add-ons, and the biggest culprit is the scenery. I have a few guys, payware and freeware, that has upgraded their scenery, but 95% of all my sceneries are just not truly Vulkan compatible. It doesn't mean they don't work. They do work. But when you throw a lot of these semi-working things at it, it loses it. Then Vulkan has got a problem. And a lot of the scenery we have, 95% of it, I would say, is just not Vulkan, really made for Vulkan. So once I started limiting the amount of scenery and only enabling the region where I'm flying. So Europe is one region. So everything in Europe gets activated. And then I go to the US. Everything in the US gets activated while everything else, the rest of the world, is deactivated. It makes a much better experience. Right, let's reload.
On that note, Nico, I've tried exactly the same and
Yeah,
it doesn't work for me.
okay. That's so strange. Yeah, just shows you. I mean, there's a lot of work still to be done with it, to make it reasonable for everybody.
Hello Cap. My name is Linda. I am your first officer today.
Hello, Linda. Just want to up my volume so I can hear a bit better. All right, there we go. Hello, Mako. Yes, I anyway by default disable my ground traffic because ground traffic is not only a resource hog, there is a physical limitation in Explain of how many sceneries you can have that. Hold a second. The speech recognition thing is gone haywire on me. It's freaking opening all kinds of things. Okay, there it's
Anti-collision light
off.
on.
No, we don't want it on. Switch off. Wow, this thing went funny now. Okay, so let's get back to. Sorry, guys, my whole train of thought got confused now because everything there was programs and browsers and all kinds of crap opening up. Oh yes, what I wanted to say was the ground story. There's a physical limitation in Explain that not many people know of, and one day is one day you're going to load the last scenery and Explain's not going to start up again. And it's because of that silly ground traffic that's just broken the system. There's no warning, there's no indication. It took us a week or two to find out. Some of the guys had to reload their Explain to get it working. And eventually, believe it or not, Jar Design gave us the answer and they said to us, that's your problem. You have to disable the ground traffic. And we go, oh, we didn't know. Now we know. And tell you what, it's that is one of the hidden bits of information you can go right down. If ever you start your Explain and it doesn't want to start up, disable a few sceneries, then go disable all that ground traffic. Yes, Steve, that is a good practice. Rebooting is definitely a good practice. Also, when you do a flight with, let's say, the Tollers, you fly with the Tollers, it has a natural tendency to mix or to mess around with the sounds because it's got its own sound control and setup. And then if you come to the Zibo, that's one way of breaking the Zibo. It just doesn't like that. Or if you're in the Zibo and you go to the 172 and then you go to the Tallus, or even just from the Zibo to the Tallus, when you deal with these complex aircraft, it's a good idea to just close down, at least just close down the Explain, then restart the Explain and let all these things reset themselves the way the developers want it to be, and then you get going again. Makes a huge difference. Yeah, that device loss, thank goodness I haven't had that again. Since 11:52 seems to be gone off my system, so I'm really happy. Yeah, X Organizer, I highly recommend it. I can't live without it. I'll die if I don't have it. I mean, my whole Explain world depends on it. Okay, I have another question for you guys. This is the old TDG version. Trevor did an excellent job here, nothing wrong with it, but it is getting a bit old, and I'm not sure if he's going to update this in lieu of Pilot Plus having one in the org store and Anybuilds having the one that they are now selling. Um, how does Pilot Plus compare to the one that Anybuilds is selling? I mean, is there a major difference between them? Because financially, I see there's about a $5-6 difference between them, maybe more, maybe less. Don't know. I looked at it just briefly earlier. I can't remember. Um, which one would be the better Gatwick? Just between Pilot Plus and the Anybuilds one. Just an opinion, guys. Yeah, make a year a star, man. We'll talk about that later, but I'll also tell you my stories that I can't really share here on the stream. We must have a virtual coffee and talk about it. All right, so while you guys are thinking, let me start setting up here. Let's get going.
Yeah, while you're doing that, just out of interest, guys, both Nico and I are lovers of Skymatix Pro, but at a cost to me of about 8 frames. Add Lua scripts in, another 2.5, maybe 3 frames. So overall, I'm losing at least 11 frames a second, and that's the big bugbear.
Okay, but you're still using it?
Yeah, of course I am.
Okay.
But it's when it goes over to Vulkan.
Oh yeah, with Vulkan, yeah, it eats, yeah. Right, well, you guys can keep an eye on my frames there. You'll see there's certain areas in the world where it does dip. Mostly it stays at 31, but you can keep an eye on that. I saw something like that about this ambiance thing. We'll have to see what it looks like when it actually comes and what it will do or not do for us. Hello, Roland. Welcome from South Africa. And we are virtually in the UK. So, welcome, welcome.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Okay, we don't need anything else there. We've got the doors. What we can do, disable the front stairs so it doesn't look funny. Okay. Hey, Michael Jones, welcome. It was really interesting this afternoon. I sat with, I beg your pardon, it was late morning, early afternoon. I sat with Sasso, our real world resident pilot here, and I almost said which carrier he flies for. Don't want to do that. But I was watching him program the FMC, and there are things that us flight simmers do religiously. He laughed at me. I said to him, aren't you going to do that? He says, no, why? It's not necessary. And one of the things he didn't do is he didn't put the CG weight in, and he didn't care. And I said to him, oh, well, now I know why you guys land so badly in the real world. And we had a big laugh. It was so
That was
funny.
hilarious.
That was hilarious. EGKK. Hello, Mac.
Hello, Nico.
We found out the secret as to why they always come in hard. No CG settings.
They don't know where their CG is. So they just put the trim where they think it should be and land or take off. It's just one of those things. It's amazing. Anyway, on that note, I can tell you one thing. There are a lot of crap that us flight simmers do that real world pilots don't do. And we believe this nonsense religiously. And when you sit with the real world guys and you check them fly this plane and you look at the absolute pedantic frenzy some of these flight simmers go into when this doesn't work or that doesn't work or you don't do it this way or you don't do it that way, and everybody just sits here with big smiles. It's freaking funny.
I think there's a subtle difference in the real world.
Mark, I believe so.
Well, what I'm getting at is the CFG is perhaps more important in landing than takeoff. But
Sure.
you've got that seat of that pants feel, and they're always playing with the trim on
Yeah,
the yoke
I
as
know,
well.
I know, I know. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I know all about that. But it's just
It's what I
funny.
mean.
Yeah. It,
We rely on setting the CFG to help us.
yeah. Why's your audio so low again?
Just turn his sound up. It's perfect.
No, I did. I'm on 200%. He's very low.
Well, you shouldn't have to be.
He's on about 40% on mine.
You're lucky.
I'm on the bedroom computer.
That's weird. That's really weird. Sheil, welcome. Hello.
Well, my volume and your volume over the stream are about the same.
Mac, I've increased the volume. I've done a bit of balancing. You better now. I just had to tweak it a bit on my side. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're perfect, Mac. Perfect.
Am I? Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better now, am I?
Yeah, a little less than an angel, Mac. There's a mess over there. Let's go fix it. That's the problem.
By the way, Nico, don't import the routes just yet
Why it's working.
into the VA.
Oh, into the VA. Okay. Sorry, I thought you said it.
I'll
We're going
speak to you afterwards, but
Alright.
don't do it while you're...
No, of course. Alright, I'm happy with this one. Hello, William.
Are you flying Vulkan or Open Gel?
Vulkan.
Okay. I've got another question waiting for when you land at Newcastle.
William, it's been a good day, so I'm okay. Today isn't one of those days where I literally flee to the Zibo mod to get away from real world. You know, today was just a good day.
Ah, he's got a butt kicker, I suspect, and it's
Oh no.
cheering him up.
No. I showed it to Uncle John. Uncle John was on about putting a subwoofer on his chair. And I said to him, well, why don't you just buy a butt kicker? You know, guys, just make sure it's BUTT, KICKER. Otherwise, you end up on a porn site if you start looking for that one. But thebuttkicker.com if you're looking for that. It's a piece of kit you just put under your chair, you know, the shaft that the chair sits on, and it basically gives you the nice vibration and feeling, you know, that you get via your sound card. So that's for Uncle John, that link there.
The other sites are good as well.
All right.
Penny's just dropped.
I'm staying out of that conversation, sir. Hello, Matt. Yes, all good, thank you. Linda just did my trim up there, so now I'm really perked up, man. 149 on the speed. I see we've got towers on all around us, but there's no ATC covering us yet. Runway heading 26 left seems to be the active one, so we're going to take to 58. Hello, Mr. Jingles. That's for you, Uncle John. 258, and we can normally make sure everything is fine.
Mr. Jiggle, sir, I'm 37. I'm dyslexic, but I'm 37.
Right, that's a good question. I'm reading the change log here quickly. I just need to make sure Ian is on. Yeah, she is installed. Alright, all of these things are done. Let's do the overread quickly.
No, sir, I've got a can of lager in my possession as we speak.
We cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Thank you, Trish. Somebody spawned there next to me. It's amazing when somebody spawns and they don't see that they spawn on top of somebody. I hope he's not on
Okay,
FSX
all
because I'm
doors and
definitely
hatches
gonna
are closed, ready
drive
to
right
connect.
through him now. Unless it's one of our guys who just wants to be close, you know. That's awesome.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
I'm just quickly doing the automatic unicom here, gents. I'll be done now. I didn't even think of doing that earlier. There we go, done.
Starting pushback and you may start engines.
Before start procedure.
Before start procedure. Before start procedure completed.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine. (25 and 2). Starter cutout.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Start number 1 engine.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starting number 1 engine. (25 and 2).
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure completed.
You're going to talk us through what you're looking for on this test.
Uncle John, I've put
Flap
the
5 set.
change log there in...
Taxi
Ooh,
lights on.
how did I do that? Oh, sorry, hang on. Before I go anywhere, I made a mistake here. I got out of my stream Need to go back to my stream. Hold on. Otherwise, I can't speak to the guys. What happened to the stream? Sorry, my studio closed. I must have clicked the wrong button somewhere. No worries. Mike, I'm going to talk you through it just now. Let me get into the air and get my hands free, and then we can have a nice chat about it. I'm pretty sure there are guys on here that's going to learn something from it as well. So thank you for your question. We're going to just get in the air quickly, and then we'll handle it. I'm not entirely sure how to taxi here. I'm really going on a gut feel. I've got the chart open here, but it feels like gibberish. I think I need to turn left here in the front, obviously. November, need to look for November. Yeah, it's this one. There we go, there's the runway. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure completed.
Secured. Have a good flight.
Stabilized.
Approaching 26 left. On runway 26 left.
Toga.
Takeoff thrust set. knots. Throttle hold. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Come on, day. Alright, that was nice.
Runway turn off, lights off. Flaps 1 set.
Alright, so
Flaps upset.
I'm gonna quickly open SimBrief here in one of the browser tabs. I'm going to bring it across while this aircraft ascends. Let me just quickly set standard so we don't have to worry about things like that. Alright, Linda will do the lights and then lights, camera, action. Right, so Mike, the question, gents and ladies, if there are any, was how do you get
1000
the
to level off.
Zibo into SimBrief? So SimBrief comes standard with a template just called 737-800, which is a very generalized template. It's not really for the Zibo. The Zibo has got some special settings that you need to look at, and those special
Approaching
settings and
transition.
the values really come from the development team as such. So between Zibo and Twixter,
Approaching transition.
I got the following, and I'm going to show you where it comes from. For those of you who have not heard of the Zibo install guide, all the information is in there, and I'm going to share that with you shortly when I just get it up on the screen as well. Right, here we go. Right, so this is the Zibo install guide, and there are 2 pages specifically looking very similar. The one is in kilograms and the next one is in pound. This is the actual weights and design weights of the Zibo mod. And what you need to do, depending on whether you're in kilograms or pounds, you need to go to SimBrief, and then you go and look for your fleet. And then what you do is you create a custom airframe. So you can click on a new airframe. You can obviously then go and select the 737-800 as the basic model. So we're going to click on proceed. And over here, what you are literally going to do now, let me quickly try and get it semi onto the same screen, is you're going to take the values from the side, the right hand side, and you're literally going to fill in the blanks over there. So you're going to set kilograms or pounds, maximum seating configuration. That seating configuration is not influenced either or vice versa from left to right or right to left. All it does is it moves the CG. Alright, so the CG, if memory serves me correctly, if you have 189 passengers as the default option, your CG is going to move forward. If you have the 160 seater model, it moves back. And if I just turned it around, forgive me, it's you can go figure it out. It's not rocket science. So anyway, what then happens is you obviously set it to kilograms in my instance, and then it's a question of copy and pasting, putting all the information into the right place. Now Zibo designed the mod to run with 104 kilograms per passenger. That's 79 kilograms for the person and 25 kilograms for baggage. Cost index you can leave auto depending on your carrier that you fly for, fuel factors and stuff. You can go fiddle with it if you really want it. The big thing over here is the weights and the passenger load. Alright, the equipment, I copied the Ryanair OFP that I had my hands on. This is not the one that I'm talking about. This is what was just given to us. Anyway, and then the weight category, medium should be fine. I prefer to have the performance code on auto, and I tell you why. By design and by certification, the 737-800 is a Class C aircraft. But because of the load that you can put on it, you can actually bust the parameters, and you can see the parameters here. I hardly ever land below 140. I usually land somewhere between 141 and 165, clearly a Class D aircraft. All right, so I leave it on auto, because once the calculations gets done and all, SimBrief can worry about those kind of things. Once you have all of this and you save it, then obviously when you create your flight plan, quickly going to make it big again. I want you to remember this. Just put this in the back of your mind. We're going to talk about this internal ID now. I just want to go to a new flight quickly. See, what will happen now is that save template, you can see these are my save templates, is going to be there. So I named the one 160 for the 160 seater and 189. Wow, it's taking a long time. For the 189 seater. Not sure why it's taking this long. Anyway, you see there, so you've now specified the correct airframe. Having the correct airframe and having the correct setup here in your template, alright, is vital, those two things. Once that is done, there's a 99.9% chance that when you do your OFP here, alright, and you get it back. Let me just get SDKP back on the screen here. That's literally my OFP. If you look at the values now, all of these things, this will exactly match the Zibo. So there's no guessing and no pretending and anything else that goes with it. It literally will match the Zibo, because you took the information from the install guide as it was designed, you've put it into that template, and you then use the template to create the OFP. Alright, and that's the trick. That's how you do it. Alright, the second trick is now for the guys who use SimToolkit Pro, for instance. I'm not sure if Project Fly works the same way. Somebody who knows that might give us a bit of information, but let's go back to that ID we were talking about. So I'm going to just use my old existing airframe. This ID is a unique internal SimBrief ID that identifies this template. Alright, this ID needs to be put into SimToolkit Pro, into your fleet. When you create your fleet and you say, that is the aircraft I want with that registration, and it reads off that template, that's the number you put. Now if you look at my old long SimToolkit Pro video here on my channel, you'll see exactly where it fits in. And basically what it does is it now ties the Zibo mod to SimToolkit Pro to SimBrief all together in a big one happy big family. And when you do your OFPs and things then, and you go and look at the values, sorry, did I have that thing in the way now? I feel bad, hold on, just check. Yeah, I think I did, sorry, apologies for keeping SimToolkit Pro there, but I think you get the idea, right? That ID is the one we're talking about. So doing that, to make a long story short, that's how everything ties together. The values will match. There's one little small thing, a little trick I just want to warn you about. I've spoken to SimBrief about it. They did rectify it. It was working for like 3 months and it broke again, and I didn't bother to speak to them again. So if you go to your payload, this is the last piece of the puzzle. Your settings need to be set correctly. Alright, this is also in the Zibo install guide. I don't see it. I'm not going to scroll through the whole thing to find it. Now, here we go. There it is, just the next page. So page 29 on the Zibo install guide. If you have this set correctly, this is the last piece of the puzzle. But now with SimBrief, after that 3-month period of the honeymoon was over, basically, they seem to have lost the rounding again. So even though they tell you they're working on 104 kilograms per passenger, they don't really work on it. It's 104.0123456. I don't know. It's a silly little number. It works. It calculates to. So what then happens is when you do your OFP in the SimBrief and you look at the zero fuel weight, it's either going to be exactly the same or it's going to be out by 0.1. So if you have, let's say, I don't know what would it be now. Let's go to that page. Menu preferences, index preferences. So our zero fuel weight is now 62.7. Let's say, for instance, it is 62.6. But on the OFP it says 62.7. That's what we want. The simple trick to fix that is just to come to the rear galley and add 10 kilograms. So instead of 440, we make it 450. And the moment you save that, it's done. All you have to do is just click that button to update it. But that happens very, very rarely. It happens enough to have raised some
Transition
eyebrows.
level.
We talked about the flight simmers being very pedantic about certain things. That's one of them. My zero fuel weight doesn't match, you know, and then you've got to come up with the reason why, and that's the reason why. The rounding is different. Zibo and SimBrief uses different rounding, and the only fix that we have is you need to change that value. It's either 440 or 450, depending on what the OFP tells you. And that's it. That's the whole story. I hope that helps, Mike. That's fine, Mako. We can do that. I just want to quickly put this link in here. Right, so I did not pay attention to this aircraft, and I have no idea where we are in our flight plan. Oh, we are still on the SID. That's why we're still on 5,000 feet. So we should start to climb at the next waypoint or two. Let's see, yes. Just after Lambourne, we should climb. So there's Lamb. Then we will start to climb. Well, Mike, you need to be in Discord to talk to me, sir. You need to be in our room. If you're not in the same room as us, you can't talk. And you need to have push to talk on in this room. And the moment that happens, you can talk. I don't see you on Discord.
I'm actually, to be honest, very afraid to fly.
here.
Okay, I think I'm here.
Yes, you're here.
We heard you, Mike.
You must just PTT when you talk, that's all.
Okay, I'm in.
Transition altitude.
That worked.
Okay, I'll add the aircraft registration TIX.
You can add the TIX if you want. If you look at my example in that Zibo install guide, you can just copy most of it. Just personalize it when you have to.
Okay. Any particular tail number I should use?
Nah. Use your old
Yeah.
real one. Everybody on stream all of a sudden quiet. Gents, you are free to talk. You're welcome.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm top of the bill, sir. About 20 minutes off top of descent into Manchester.
Okay. So you're probably very close to me. Let's see if I can actually see you on the eye here. Oh yeah, I can see you. You're in the channel.
You got it, sir.
In the middle of the ditch. There we go. That's Uncle John over there. And where am I? That's me over there. I'm lost in the fact that I'm also yellow there. Or yellowish. That's me. That's Uncle John. Alright, I'm going to beat you.
And we've got two
I'm
other.
on the ground waiting for you.
Okay.
And we've got another two Skymatix following me.
Alright. Yeah, I see them. There we go. Tix 4 and 53. That's Kevin and Lloyd.
Correct, sir.
I'm starting to learn the numbers now. Matt, this is the IVEO web eye. The reason we have it obviously is because we're flying online, but if you want to check this one, this one is also not bad. This is the live map in SDKP itself. If you configure it, you can get a fairly similar. Oh, now it's latched on to me. Let me just take my follow me off. So there is a similar map. So there you can see there's Uncle John. See, now you've got the same similar kind of a thing. And there am I.
Oh, that's how it's progressed, has it?
Yeah, it's very nice nowadays. And zero hits on frames. It's really good. Dan did a good job. Dan, whoever helped him with this, really did a good job. And the nice thing with this map is it's interchangeable. You can have your VATSIM, your SDKP traffic, and all kinds of other stuff in here as well. So it's very nice.
Oh, you've got your route in. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Right. I'm still using. I've still got your tracking, but I haven't got the. Obviously, you put your route into SDKP.
Gotcha.
I'm still using map version 1.
Okay. Yeah, no, this one is okay. This one is really nice. I mean, I can change the map style if I want to, and make it look a bit more similar to the other one.
I'll just stream mine in Discord.
No, that's fine.
Just so you can see, but the thing I'm still interested in is, does it show VORs and NDB?
I actually don't think so. Nope, not that I can see.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I still keep the old version.
That's out of the arc.
Mako, the update takes a second or two, you know, to just bring the update in. But in terms of the rest of the performance, look at my FPS. There's zero instance of, you know, issues with the FPS. So
Believe it or not, I've just only just found out he's now disabled VOR and NDB in the old map version, unfortunately.
yeah, oh, that's not nice.
Oh no, he hasn't. Sorry, I beg his pardon. It's come up now. They've just come up. I wasn't zoomed in enough.
Okay.
Damn, got something to the eye.
Oh, there I am. There I am. I was trying to find myself here. I suppose I now need to go off and come back. Yes, Matt, Navigraph 2, everything is here. This is some Toolkit Pro is a magnificent thing. I've got everything I need in here, really. I don't miss anything. Everything that I need is here.
If you take a quick peep at my screen, there's you in the center. And there's NDBs and VOR showing, you see.
Yeah, got it. I see. Yeah, no, I mean, where's this thing now? I've got my web FMC in here. So I can run the Zibo from here. I've got the Navigraph stuff in here. Everything is done. All the planning, everything is done here. I've got Active Sky in here. Let me just refresh it. So if I use Active Sky, if I really wanted to, I can get much more accurate weather than SimBrief gives, because this is the live weather that's in the sim right now. We've got windy in here. It's very important sometimes just to have a look around, see what's spotting. Flight aware is in here if I need to track something, and then we've also got our VA in here, so I can pretty much run the whole flight sim show from here almost.
Yeah.
Yep, no more memory leaks. That's a big plus, big bonus.
Thousand to level off.
1,000 to go.
Okay, I've got it in my fleets. Where do I get the livery at?
The Skymatix livery, you need to go to the VA website and download page and download it there.
Where's the VA website?
va.skymatix.online. Are you a member of the VA, Mike?
Not sure.
Okay, if you're not, you won't get it, so then we'll have to get it to you in another different way.
Yes, because I don't think I have a Skymatix number.
Okay. Well, one of two choices. You either join the VA or we have to get it to a different way. That's all. Either or.
Well, if I join, do I have to do that world tour thing?
No. In our VA, there's no obligation of nothing. All you do is you need to enjoy yourself. That's all. We don't expect you to fly every month. We don't expect you to do miracles or anything. It's just, we made it to have fun with the Zibo. We didn't make it to have a second job.
I've flown quite a bit more since I joined you guys.
Yeah. Well, we're getting close to top of descent, so we might as well start prepping. I'm sitting here thinking about 1,000 other things in instead of doing the job. Mako, this is 12A, so I'm literally just doing a flight and making sure we can fly point A to B. The changelog is the very first comment if you scroll up to the top there. The nitty-gritty testing actually for this particular release will have to be done by a certified pilot. All right, so Alex will probably be the authority. Either Alex or Stefan will actually, or Sam for that matter, one of those three. No, I don't think Sam will, because his aircraft doesn't have it. Because it's all about Ian, we're talking about Alex or Stefan. One of these certified guys will have to sign it off, because it's beyond a flight simmer. To be quite honest, it's even beyond me. For me, it's too technical to understand what happens when and where, but the real world guys know that. So I'm just doing the flight simmer in commas test to make sure that it can fly point A to B, and if Zibo's watching, he'll pick up if there's a problem. And like I say, the other two guys will probably have to fly it because they've got the equipment in their aircraft, as far as I know. One of them will have it. You know, so they obviously feeding Zibo the info, he programs it in, and you know, so it's beyond my pay grade, unfortunately. Christer, that is one of the things that the guys need to actually answer us, because even just a little bit of research that McTrying did for us says that there are times when it is actually normal, it is correct, but again, the real world guys will have to tell us. They actually will do the test flight in the real world, in the real aircraft with the real equipment, and come back with a real answer.
This is a really short flight.
It is.
Well, I'm pretty sure I haven't joined the VA group.
Sorry, you said you have not, haven't, or have?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, it's up to you. It's free choice.
Definitely like to.
No, you're welcome. Once you are on that page, you just click register and fill in your details. It's instant. You'll be there.
Okay, VA Skymatix dot what?
It's va.skymatix.online. Are you still watching the stream?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's do it this way. We'll have the bot give you the link and then you can just click on the link. Ah, damn. Sorry, guys. I need to take a screenshot quickly. Okay. Alright, for those of you that did notice it, the drag required didn't go away once we went below the reference speed. I've spoken to Zibo about it, and obviously it's not in the changelog, so I haven't looked at it. So I'll just remind him.
You're flying Ian, are you, Nika?
No. Ian is available. It's in the on switch is on in the tablet, but I'm going to do ILS.
No, I was looking at that annunciator information again. You know, above the center in the PFD, where you got LNAV, VNAV. What have you got tuned into 111.5 at the moment?
111.5 IL, it's MMR1.
Right, and is that supposed to be an ILS or?
ILS.
Okay, so it's not. It's showing up differently compared with the old style. What I'm getting at, it's not showing it as an ILS, but you're tracking it at the moment. Look,
Yeah. I see.
and it's not giving the bearing to it either.
No. But remember this is that VOR that doesn't have the TME. Remember that as well? That funny one that you guys had that battle over a few months ago? This is the same VOR.
Was it? Yeah, it was
This is,
VOR,
yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was that
Yeah,
one.
but you said it's an ILS frequency.
Oh, sorry.
111.
Yes, I'm talking nonsense because I'm looking at two different things now. Obviously, this 11150 is the ILS, correct, and the Newcastle VOR is the other one that I'm obviously tracking there,
Yeah.
which
Now,
is funny
if it
because that's
was
got a DME.
tracking,
But anyway,
yeah,
yeah,
this is all. This is what we've been focusing on, isn't it?
yeah. Okay, Paul reminded me it's DME only. It doesn't give you direction. It's DME only. That's why we've got the DME. You see, there's no direction
Yeah.
pointer. Yeah, you see, I can remember things, but not everything. That thing is pointing completely skew. That one is totally dead.
If you noticed where the VOR or NDB would be, where you've got one input, notice it's got FMC there at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. Right, let's quickly do this. We are at 352. See that little blue marker, that is pointing to the NDB right next to the VOR, and that VOR is not pointing to the right place there. It's changing because we're turning.
So the indications we had the other day, something's changed because that was calling that an ILS, wasn't it?
True, if you look at the
Then
change log.
I know what it is. You're not within range yet. It hasn't picked up the identifier.
It won't because we're out of 20 miles. But if you look at the change log, that's exactly what he's busy working on. That's what Zibo is working on.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So that's going to go through 3, 4, 5, or 10 evolutions before it gets released again. You know, I mean, everybody involved needs to go and test everything now. So that's why I'm also taking all the screenshots to show the guys. And my freaking NVIDIA screenshot grabber died again. I hate this GeForce nonsense. It just dies when it doesn't need to.
Right. Can I ask you to put the Newcastle VOR frequency in on COM1 for a minute, on NAV1 for a minute?
11425. Just get the click spot.
Right, now let's see. See, now it's showing. See, this is where it's wrong. It shouldn't be calling it ILS, but it's still in LNAV VNAV mode. Look.
Yeah.
Now you can change it back, Nika. All I wanted to do is to see where we'd got to there. We're tuned to a VR, not the ILS.
Mac, that's why we do these test streams, so we can check these things out. I mean, we went through 10 or 11 fixes before 11 was released. You know, sub
Oh, I
test versions.
appreciate.
So,
I'm just making observations.
of course.
So
Yeah, I understand that. I'm more saying what I'm saying for the viewers, so
yes,
the guys can
the
understand.
viewers should appreciate
1000 to level
all
off.
these test flights. There's
Yeah.
quite a lot has gone on in the background and behind the scenes before the next fix is released.
Yeah.
And we have an awful lot of discussions. We have consensus, we have disagreements, but we never fall out with each other.
Of course. So anyway, yeah, this is part of the deal. This is what we do. You know, the users at the end of the day see the cream of the crop. They see the cherry on top of the cake. But this is typically what we do for hours and hours and hours and hours, up to 9-10 hours a day if we have to. You know.
See how your enunciator's just
It's
changed.
changed.
It's
Yeah.
picked up.
Yeah.
Thousand to level off.
By the way, I don't think that enunciation when we went to the VOR was wrong, other than it didn't give the VOR ident. It was giving ILS, and I think that was the error. It wasn't a false indication as such.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
If you want to discuss it, we'll do it later.
That's fine. The system warned me about the steep descent, and I was concentrating on other stuff, and I see the speed ran away from us. It told me there was going to be a steep descent.
I'll hold my hand up and take the blame.
That's fine. We need to do what we need to do, Mac. That's the big story.
Tick 001, you're cleared for high-speed approach.
Yeah,
1000 to level off.
it's gonna bleed off the speed just now. I messed up my flight save number 1. I didn't want to do it. I mean, I knew before the stream I wanted to use 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then I pressed the button too early, so I had to come to this one now.
Descending into Manchester.
Awesome, safe landing, sir.
Thank you kindly.
I've got you guys on the map. Man, I just took my last bit of coffee. It was freaking ice cold.
Lovely.
Oh, it's still drinkable though. Thank you, my dearest wife. She just handed me my dinner.
Flaps 1 set.
You're
And now,
being spoiled
Lovely
again.
view from
yeah,
the
but
window.
it's the wrong time. I need to
Our
land
is
now.
beautiful.
Now I'm sitting here looking at.
Don't you dare complain.
I'm not complaining. I'm sitting here drooling.
Don't complain if your meal's cold, otherwise it'll go
Uh,
in the dustbin.
No. It goes back to the microwave. Quick.
Approaching transition.
Which runway are you landing, Nico?
Now you ask me such a thing. It's 25 Mach.
Okay. It's alright. I shall set up a view to watch you land.
Awesome.
Transition level.
I pulled that flap a bit early because of that high speed dive there. Might as well pull it back.
Flaps upset.
And especially for you, Mr. Krister, teardrop turn. I love those ones.
Oh, you're doing the full teardrop.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. There we go. There's your identifier correct now.
Yeah, you're in range of the ILS now, look.
Yeah,
But you haven't captured it.
not the chance.
Well, it won't go to FMC until it's in capturable range. Because
Yeah, we'll
you're
check it
still
now.
showing LNAV, VNAV path, look.
I'll tell her. I just got a message from one of the guys working on, one of the pilots working on this very component with Zibo. I'll share the information with you after the stream. He's actually watching the stream with us. Welcome. So
Brilliant.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Brilliant.
he listened to what you said and he's given me some background information to what you said.
Oh,
Some of it is
welcome to
correct, some
hear
of it is wrong. So, but I'll share
That's
it.
right. I'm learning.
Yeah.
That's why I ask questions.
Of course.
So
Of course. Hello, Cole. Welcome. Almost missed you there, and I'm scanning with my eyes to see what happened on all these screens all over the place.
Flaps 5 set.
Hopefully it'll intercept your teardrop.
It will. No, it will. It just takes a nice big wide turn. We've done this so many times, eh?
By the way, the bits I was wrong about, Nico, when you're on the ground, you might want to tell the audience so they know what is wrong.
There's no point really because it's very technical, Mac. You'll understand.
Okay, that's
And
fair enough. I don't want to
yeah,
give false information, that's why.
of course. No, no, no. You didn't give false information. What it comes down to is he observed and he listened, and it's not so much you that's wrong. It's what he saw on the screen that also made him scratch his head. So there's portions of it that he's seen is wrong on the screen, and he was latching onto what you were saying because you picked it up, basically. You understand what I'm
Transmission
saying?
level
okay.
off.
Yeah.
So, Eldon, I was a bit fast. So obviously, the faster you are, the wider the turn would be. If I'd managed the speed a bit better, I would have had a better turn. I'm sitting here between the real pilot, Mac, me, you guys, and you know, so, and I'm still drilling about my food getting cold. Yeah, so I'm not on the top of my form, keeping the speed under wraps.
And the speed slows down based upon the FMC.
Yes. Yeah, it's pre-programmed. There were deceleration points, and I busted the one deceleration point there big time.
1,000 to go.
Can you just zoom in a bit on your PFD, Nico, please?
Localizer capture.
Oh, LNAV and LNAV in white. Okay. You got VOR locked now.
So you don't have to have both triangles filled in?
It will do in a minute. When... Nico.
A lot of things have changed. I'm sitting here giggling by myself. A lot of things have changed here. It's amazing.
I'm just thinking you should be on the glide slope by now. I don't think you caught the guide stroke.
It's coming down now. It's only coming down now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were already... No, you leveled off. That's fine. Brilliant.
There's the runway. All right, Mac, you have been invited to a chat with me and Mark afterwards. He wants to chat with you.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, it's not doing
Flaps 30 set.
an EAN approach, that's for certain.
No, this is very definitely ILS now.
Yeah. Well, it's not showing FMC, it's showing ILS.
Yeah. There is so much that has changed here now. I'm giggling. I'm telling you, to see this happen live here in front of my eyes now. It's just, you know what I said earlier is, look, I'm not a certified pilot on this thing. I'm a flight simmer with thousands of hours of experience on it. I know a lot, but when I look at things like this, and theory all of a sudden now becomes practice, and things I've seen in the real aircraft sitting in the cockpit with the real pilots is now happening. This is like, woo woo, woo.
Brilliant.
2,500.
And if anybody's in Discord wants to
Approaching
watch,
2,
Nico
5.
is on his way in. I've got him on screen.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
5,000 feet remaining.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use.
Alright guys, it was a little bit harder because this is a short runway and I was running out of that box, so I had to put it down.
60 knots. Yeah. Great landing. You are professional.
See, this is a short runway. Yeah, I hit just about 300 there. Apologies. That's life, my friend. You're right, Carl. Okay, I need to see, and this sun is not really playing ball with me. I need to see where this taxiway is. Oh, it's right there at the end. Okay.
Looked like one of my midway landings.
I thought you were slow enough to have taken the high speed off.
No. I don't want to make two mistakes in one day and then roll this thing and everybody. We've got 43 viewers. Everybody goes, ha ha, that idiot can't fly the Zibo. You know. After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
I wish I could fly the sim as smooth as you do, Nico.
You'll get the mic. I wish I had your real world experience flying this baby. Closest I've come to actually flying this thing is in the level D sim. Got a couple of hours behind me now already. What a magnificent aircraft to fly.
After landing procedure completed.
It is.
I agree, Carl. Yeah, this whole chase of butter and things is not realistic. It's not part of how the real thing works, eh? Christer, and you are welcome.
I'm going to let you eat supper. I'm going to bail out of here, and I'm TIX0121.
Thank you, sir, and welcome on board. Right, so brakes on. Never started my APU, so might as well do that now. Get some lights off here. Oh, my son's getting excited, yeah. Right, she did a lot of the jobs, not everything, so we're just gonna give the APU a chance to get going. Ugh, no, come on. Hey, calm down, calm down. That happens when you're young and you play first-person shooter games. Sorry, guys.
Right, Nico, while you're at this airport, what can I do to get rid of the SAM A/M emblem in the top left-hand
Okay, you
corner.
go to SAM and you go to the airport operation system and you look for parking and then you toggle auto mode to manual mode, back to auto mode, and it's gone. That's all you do. That's all you do.
Or it's not, it's a bearing for me.
Check your updates. Maybe you're missing an update, because that's how I do it. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Okay. Yeah, my SAM's probably way out of date.
Alright. Let me just ask the question here.
What is the latest version as far as you're concerned?
We can check now.
If you've got a minute, just to... It's the version number you can get from the drop-down plugin bit anyway.
There you go. Right, guys watching, that's it. I've done my bit. We're going to talk to one of the pilots now, off stream, obviously. You guys go enjoy yourself. We continue working, and you know, if there's another test flight, there is, just ring the bell, subscribe to the channel if you want to, and then you'll see when we do the test flights. Enjoy. Talk later. And thanks for flying,
Nico.
Zibo.
Brilliant.
It's a pleasure, Mac. Cheers, guys.